Lexus, you always challenging me. You know I love it when you challenge me, so let's do it.
Had to wear the Proving Grounds jersey today for this gameplay because I'm pretty excited. All right, what's the game plan, guys?
We'll just play sides if that's possible. But
pass the ball, exploit
I think we should be
mismatches,
fine.
kick out. Yeah, we good. We got him.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA. And a look at the starters for the Spurs. McDaniels out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Luka Doncic. Then there's Derek Lively. And it's Westbrook in at the two-guard spot. And for the Timberwolves, Edwards out there with Trae Young. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. Then it's Riza, and it's Jovic in at the 4. Well, both of these organizations have done a good job of acquiring and developing young talent, Grant.
Absolutely, B.A. These rosters are filled with young stars. They have a chance to make some noise in the coming years. They just need to continue to grow as individuals and as a team.
Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, B.A. At 7'2", it isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think, as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit. But size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Now here's Towns. To the paint. Here's Doncic. Porzingis grabs the board. And Young has got the ball here for Minnesota. Pass to Riza. Knocks it down from distance.
So good off the catch. The defense has to guard Riza better than this.
Towns with the ball. Here's Lively. Fires from deep. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Edwards. In the game against New York, very impressive. Right side McDaniels. And yep, it's good.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels with a very good sense for when he should look to score it, especially in the painted area.
Outside Edwards. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to Lively. Over Porzingis. Westbrook outside. Shot clock at 6. Doncic outside. The 3. Offensive rebound. Lively with the bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Young. 14 points his last outing. Count that bucket.
The control of Young. Unleashing a devastating dribble move and finding the shot.
Doncic passes to McDaniels. Here's Towns. And there are the Spurs with another bucket.
Yeah, there's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Knocks it loose. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Pass to Doncic. Back to Daniels. Towns outside. Shot clock at 5. Doncic with the bucket.
Well, Luka Doncic on the receiving end of a quality pass. We usually see him with the ball.
Here's Riza. 4-3. Fires in the triple. Riza-Shay's got 6.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now here's Doncic, a guy this team turns to often, averaging almost 24 a game.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Edwards against Westbrook. Here's Porzingis. From down in the low post, it goes.
I tell you, at 7'3", to have that kind of body control, Kristaps Porzingis makes it look easy.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. I asked him if he thinks anyone has a better feel for the game than Luka Doncic, and he told me, I don't want to get into a comparison, but what I can say is that he controls the pace like no one else. You can't speed him up, you can't slow him down. Guys?
Thank you for that, Alec. And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. So San Antonio going with almost an entire new group here. Collins, he's checked in for Lively. Stewart comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. Marshall, he's checked in for McDaniels. And Green is subbed in for Westbrook. Here's Marshall. He's covered by Bagley. Here's Green. The shot is good. Doncic making the play.
Boy, the extraordinary playmaking instincts of Luka Doncic on display right there.
Outside Watson. Pass to Carrington. Launches a three. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for three.
Oh, man. Right through contact. He almost got the triple to go.
Carrington taking 3 shots.
And he's good on the first of 3. For a handful of teams at this point of the year, Doris, the future is now as they fall out of the playoff race.
But, Brian, there is a dilemma to be worked out in these cases, and here's what I mean by that. Your team is now out of contention, but veterans, generally speaking, don't believe that, and they want to be competitive and win basketball games. In the meantime, the organization, from a broad perspective, is thinking, we've got to start to play the young guys so that they can gain some much-needed experience in big games. Tough situation.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
Offensive rebound. Here's Bailey. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Green against Diallo. On the attack, Green. This one for 3. Drains the triple. Green's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Here's Carrington. A nice shot by Watson.
Not the most effective pick, but he salvages the play with a terrific move.
Doncic feeling it out a bit. Pass to Marshall. Excellent defense there from Watson. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Bailey. He's scoreless. Pass to Carrington. There's the triple. Sinks it from distance. And the Timberwolves lead by 2. And at the end of 1, both teams putting up some points. It's Minnesota. They're up by 2. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead of the second quarter. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
We've got Anthony Edwards. He's out there with Trae Young. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Risache. And it's Jovic in at power forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Now here's Westbrook. 6 to shoot. Pass to Doncic. Lets it go from deep. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist. Doncic has got 8.
The defense has to know they're going to get a steady diet of three-point shooting from Luka.
Edwards finds Porzingis. Here's Risache. McDaniels with some nice D.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Doris, you look at the tools McDaniels has on defense. He can be special.
He can. There's incredible length, the reach, the strength. McDaniels very much able to be a shutdown defender against the best offensive players in the game.
and a superb job of creating just enough separation to hit the shot.
Well, to me, that's about skill overcoming size. And how about the fearlessness at the offensive end?
Now here's Young, a reliable offensive contributor, putting up almost 14 a game. And they pick up 2.
Nice work inside from Young. Not afraid of trying his luck down there.
Doncic passes to Towns. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They trail by 3. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Knicks.
And we all know that on the road, you don't usually look so comfortable on the offensive end. But that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Now here's Doncic. 26 points for him last game against Portland.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
The game on the line. Ice tray is dangerous, man. Young said, I've been owning the moment my whole life. That's what I do. I work too hard to be afraid of the moment. Brian?
Well, Allie, it definitely shows in his play. It's great stuff there. Thank you. Timeout called. The Spurs coming off a win against the Blazers.
Yeah, they were able to execute offensively in a hostile environment, which led to a lot of high percentage shots.
Well, I'm sure they're still enjoying that one. You love going into a tough building, tough place to play, and shooting the lights out. Nothing like silencing the crowd.
Lively, he's checked in for Stewart. Back to Doncic. And that one comes off the assist by Westbrook. Doncic has got 6 here in the quarter.
2 trays now in the second quarter after he hit one in the first.
Pass to Shea. Young against Doncic. Ooh, rejected by Doncic.
Oh, Doncic says not now and not here. That is a tremendous defensive play.
Westbrook, the pass to McDaniels. Towns outside. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for San Antonio.
Well, their length and anticipation reflected in their shot blocking totals, making the extra effort to close things out.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Now a timeout called by Minnesota. And going against San Antonio, their first meeting of the year.
They swept the season series, which is very much in line with how these teams finished in the standings.
Well, they're more talented, more accomplished at this point, but you can't rely on that and start taking plays off. You could get surprised.
Bagley's checked in for the Timberwolves. Watson comes in for Jovic.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Pass to Watson, and here's Bagley, covered by Lively, to the inside, Shea. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
Marshall, he's checked in for San Antonio. Green, the pass to Westbrook. Here's Marshall, yet to see a basket. Outside, Green drops in the 3. And the Spurs lead by 9.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Unloads from 13. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Wow, he doesn't make those kind of plays too often. Sweet move inside.
Here's Westbrook. Pass to Green. Back to Westbrook. They swipe it. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Diallo outside. Here's Carrington, pounded by Westbrook. Here's Carrington. He can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Westbrook. McDaniels passes to Westbrook. A minute 20 left in the first half. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Green. And there's another one for the Spurs.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
And I think obviously we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
Here's Bailey. Over McDaniels. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And they had early success from the perimeter, but I don't understand how they've gotten away from that here in the second.
Pass to Marshall. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Here's Diallo. Over to the left wing. Watson inside. Marshall's there. And it's Watson missing. Westbrook outside. And there are the Spurs with another bucket.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make...
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. And that...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Boy, really an incredible game here from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
So on the floor for the Spurs, they've got Karl Anthony Towns. Luka Doncic is out there with Green. Then there's Derek Lively, and it's McDaniels in at the 3. Edwards, a pass to Young. No good on the 3. Spurs lead by 11. Grant, when it comes to Anthony Edwards, fair to say he's meeting expectations so far.
Oh, no question, B.A. The first overall pick in the 2020 draft, Edwards has been anything but a bust. Now we are seeing him trying to compete for titles. Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Edwards against Green. Fires the 3. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
How about the laser focus on that jump shot? Pays no attention to the nearest defender.
Outside Edwards. Lots of room. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist with that last one. Timeout called, the Spurs. Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
Westbrook, he's checked in for Green. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. Doncic's shot is good.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Pass to Edwards. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Doncic against Young. Now Young with a steal. Porzingis finds Edwards. Outside Young. Back to Edwards. Let's go with a 3. Edwards making the D look helpless with that 3.
He's done everything he can tonight, trying to keep this team competitive.
Pass to Doncic. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Here's Jovic. Up top, Edwards. Pounded by Westbrook. San Antonio with a rebound. Towns has got 6 rebounds here tonight. McDaniels passes to Westbrook. Towns up top. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Oh, that's a strong finish. Karl Anthony Towns will go to the line, try to put the cherry on top.
Collins, he's checked in for San Antonio. Stewart comes in for McDaniels. Pass to Jovic. And there's the rejection. They retain possession. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Nails it from three. Westbrook's got 5 points.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Outside Edwards. All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, a conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
And Doncic launches from deep, rebounded by the Timberwolves.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And what a look. I mean, Young, a high-level passer.
Now a timeout called by San Antonio. Grant, it seems like teams today are much more data-driven than in years past.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. It's much more sophisticated. And, of course, coaches and executives are still watching the games and forming their gut opinions. But now those impressions can be cross-checked with the numbers.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Stewart. Marshall passes to Westbrook. Back to Marshall. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for San Antonio?
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
I think the other thing we're seeing tonight is the floor spacing of this team. Boy, they are shooting the cover off the basketball all game.
The three, Diallo nails it from beyond the arc.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Now here's Westbrook. Tight defense on him. Marshall passes to Stewart. Excellent defense there from Watson.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Diallo, no good. Spurs lead by 14. Westbrook outside. Pass to Collins. Clock at 6. Here's Marshall. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Marshall's got 4 points this quarter.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Well, simply stated, simply not enough effort, not enough attention to detail. They've got run over this evening.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the point.
Minnesota shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And Minnesota with some changes. Anthony Edwards comes in for Bailey. And it's Young in for Diallo. And San Antonio with a change here, too. Doncic is checked in for Green. And here's Doncic outside. He drops it from range. Doncic has got 9 points here in the second half.
He hit 3 triples in the first half, 3 more since. That's nothing to shrug at.
Edwards for 3, and the three-pointer goes.
And talk about payback. He hits the revenge triple.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire, a little bit of pride at stake.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Spurs out in front, up by 15. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. We got Ricochet, Anthony Edwards out there with Trae Young. Then it's Peyton Watson, and it's Jovic in at the center position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. And the shot goes down.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
Young against Doncic. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Well, when this one's done, they'll be off to Miami, taking on the Heat.
Really good passing wing. Ricochet isn't a ball stopper. He really looks for his teammates.
Pass to Towns. Jacks up a 3, and Doncic the bucket on the assist by Towns. Doncic has got 12 points here in the second half. And he's going for the lob.
Saw his teammate with a path to the rim, and boom, lobbed it up there beautiful.
Very smooth catch and finish. McDaniels finds Towns. Pulls up. Dives for it, and out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. And a moment to check out who the San Antonio Spurs have coming up. On Friday, they'll be facing Paul George and the Boston Celtics. Then on Tuesday, they'll be taking on Rudy Gobert and the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, they haven't had much trouble recently, but it's always nice to be back home. You get to see your family, no travel needed. I could see them taking their level of play higher in this homestand.
McDaniels passes to Doncic. Back to Daniels. Lays it up and in, despite excellent defense. And the Spurs lead by 14. Pass to Ricochet. Here's Jovic, covered by Lively. Inside, it's Trae Young.
They have no answer defensively inside.
The Spurs have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Now here's Westbrook, guarded by Edwards. Westbrook left side. Towns outside. Pass to Doncic. Takes the 3. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist. Towns has got 5 assists tonight.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Back to Watson. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Watson's got 4 points now in the quarter. Doncic against Young. Towns outside from deep. Minnesota with a rebound.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Right side Watson. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Ooh, rejected by Doncic. And that'll be Minnesota's ball as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves able to keep the possession. Porzingis is checked in for Watson. Here's Porzingis. Off the inbound, no good. Westbrook against Edwards. Westbrook, the pass to Doncic. The 3 is up. He's got it. His 9th make out of 15 tries.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And Minnesota calls time here. You know, one guy who's been getting it done is Luka Doncic.
They know they need to change things up and do it quickly. They cannot allow him to keep running wild.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And I'll tell you what, this was one easy pick for sure. From the start, he looked in total control for the entire game. It's incredible to see a player outperforming everyone else on the court.
Wow, did this game really turn out to be his show? A commanding performance like that makes for a sweet victory, especially on the road. Doncic against Young. Pass to Edwards. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Young's got assist number 8 now on the night. Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear the Spurs coach going over their plan during the break. He implored his team to use the clock. He said the clock is our friend. No need to rush things unless they give us a free one. Let's squeeze them out of this game. Back to you, Brian.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Lively with the bucket. Timberwolves trail by 16. Pass to Edwards. There's Young with the 3, and another 3 from Minnesota.
It's another big night for Trae Young. A relentless scorer, constantly testing your defense.
Here's Doncic. Nice finish from Luka.
Look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
Here's Jovic. A minute 50 left in the fourth. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go from the wing. Young misses.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Pass to McDaniels. The 3 is up. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Doncic has got 4 assists in the game.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Spurs.
And they were on fire tonight. Fantastic offensive performance, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., they really shot the ball well. I mean, their coach has to be beyond thrilled with how well they played.
And tonight's win will give them an even 40 on the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Luka Doncic.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Marshall passes to Green. They get it back. It's good on the putback.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Here's Rizachet. Outside Bagley. Young, the pass to Bagley. Outside Young. Three-pointer. Sends it home from three-point land.
Well, they needed this run way earlier. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
And here is Green. So we see the Spurs taking the W here. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with Karl Anthony Towns, and Karl, it was a bit of a shootout out there, but you got it done. How special to you was this win?
I mean, it was big. For a team that shoots threes like they do, it's about continuing to just keep playing hard and find ways to win, and we found a way to win tonight.
It's all about finding a way. Thanks, Kat.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. We'll see you later.
Been all about how they want me to lose, but I'm W, due for a win. Fight for my dummy, you don't see how I'm coming, don't tip me, I'm right on the edge. Getting since young and I been had to shoot out some money all under my bed. 2018 came a million, I made a career and they thought it'd be. I getting cold, my body cold, I barely get rest. One time told her pull up a